Don't take it personal. That's just Sandal's way. She speak with love, but don't sugarcoat what she say. She might be blunt, but it comes from the heart. Real ones feel her, been solid from the start. Don't take it personal. That's just Sandal's way. She speak with love, but don't sugarcoat what she say. She might be blunt, but it come from the heart. Real ones feel her, been solid from the start. Don't take it personal. That's just Sandal's way. She speak with love, but don't sugarcoat what she say. She might be.
If you can hear me, give me a 2 in the chat. I want us to have a really real conversation, right? I want this to be a combination of something different, right? Maybe most times you hear somebody talk about hair from maybe like a state of like, this is what you have to do, you don't have a choice, or people are angry or whatever. No, we're not going to do any of that. I want us all to chill, right? Everybody sit back. I really hope that you are sipping on something, even if it's Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? And let me know really quick while we wait for YouTube to send these notifications out, which it never does. Why don't you go ahead and let me know where you're watching from in the chat? It is not just AI. My hair is almost like a grayish platinum color. Almost. The gold is white. We're almost there. But yeah, let me know exactly where you are watching from. Oh, thank you, Seattle. Okay. So I have a question for you because this is one thing that I hear all the time on social media. Like whenever I come on YouTube, whenever I look into my comments, one of the main things that I see is like, oh my God, like I don't know what's going on with these hair products. It's like these hair products have changed their formulations. Like it used to work, everything used to be amazing, and now all of a sudden these products suck, and all of them suck. And it seems like, excuse me, that well, not excuse me, I was closing my chapstick, but it almost seems like all of these different brands and everybody is like are now the second that one of the products really starts to be booty cheeks, then all of a sudden there is a brand new product to replace it. Give me a 3 in the chat if you've known that, or if you've noticed that every single time a product is good for a minute, by the time you're sick of it and over it and ready for a replacement, there's a new product hitting the shelf. Well, today we're going to talk about the fact that that is all for a reason. So I have a question. And none of these are rhetorical questions. When I ask you a question, I need you to answer me in the chat. Please don't make me talk to myself. Give this video a thumbs up and hype this video because we are working with a computer. So if you guys aren't giving this video a thumbs up, YouTube is going to think that the people who are watching the video don't like it, so they won't send anybody else a notification. So it's free to help me. Give this video a thumbs up, please. Drink a little water. I'm going to do a lot of talking. So Did your favorite hair product really change, or is there way more to the story? Sorry about that. I recently came across a comment that caught my attention. It seems like hair stuff was helpful in the beginning, but then they changed ingredients and formulas to save costs, which cost them in the end. This was the comment that was made, right? But I have a question again, because this is something we really need to talk about. Have you noticed a change in products? Like, do you use a product one season? We won't say one day, one season of your life, and then you go use it again, and you notice like this feels different. It even smells different. Like, have you ever noticed that? Are you a person who's ever noticed that? Let me know in the chat. So if you've spent any time in the beauty community, you've probably seen this exact conversation play out dozens of times, right? A product goes viral, thousands of people swear that it's the best thing that they've ever used. And then months later, reviews start piling up, they start appearing. And some of these reviews sound like this, right? It used to work. It used to work, girl, but I don't know what happened. They definitely changed the formula. It's watered down now. It used to be thick and creamy. It's watered down now. They're using way cheaper ingredients, and you can tell they're being really cheap, right? Or it doesn't hit the same anymore. It's just not working the same. Give me a three in the chat if you've ever heard this conversation or if you've been a part of this conversation, right? I haven't, because I stick to the basics that I always use. Oh, I love it. I love to hear it. Overachiever, overachiever. Sometimes those claims are true, right? Because cosmetic brands do reformulate products for many reasons. But I think we've reached a point where people automatically assume that every decline in performance is because the company secretly changed the formula behind your back. That's not it, right? The science suggests that there is another explanation that most people don't consider. So if you're ready for me to give you the scientific perspective, then give me a three in the chat. I need you to remember, if you are new to my channel, this is not a channel where I'm trying to tell you what to do. I am a scientist, so I give you information and you can go test it out for yourself. I'll always leave all of the medical journals that back what I say and all of the things in the description box or on my blog. So you'll always be able to find it over on my blog, right? So check it out if you want this PDF. But hair doesn't work like your skin does. And one of the biggest misconceptions is hair care is the idea that somehow you can get used to the products, right? And we've all heard somebody say things like this, right? And give me a one in the chat when something sounds familiar to you. I've been using this conditioner for 6 months and now it doesn't work anymore. And here's the problem with that statement: hair isn't alive in the way that you think that it is. It's not alive in the way that your skin is, right? There's a difference between your hair being active and it being alive. Your hair is active, but it's not alive. There's a difference. If you want to know more, I'll leave the link in the description to the video where I break that down, right? But again, hair isn't alive but active. And once hair grows out of your scalp, it's made up of dead keratin fibers. It has no living cells on the inside. You know, that's why whenever you cut your hair and get a trim, you don't feel it. Otherwise, it would be excruciating pain, right? So it has, again, no blood supply, no immune system, and no metabolism. So when people are like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna put a vegetable in my hair, put avocados in your hair for hair growth, you're literally wasting food. Because when you look at different products and stuff and different fruits and vegetables, and you see like, oh, it has vitamin A, vitamin B, all of this stuff, potassium, blah 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 blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not just there automatically just because you put it on your hair. What happens is when you ingest these different things, like when you ingest an avocado into the body, right? The enzymes within your gut within your stomach, it ends up breaking down those fruits and vegetables. It breaks down that avocado and it pulls out all of those vitamins, and then you get out the things that the body can't use and waste. But your hair shaft does not have a digestive system, so putting food in your hair makes no sense, right? Because again, unlike your skin, your hair cannot adapt to products or build a tolerance or become resistant to certain ingredients. It doesn't work like that. So if your favorite conditioner suddenly feels less effective, your hair didn't become immune to it. Something else changed. And this is the thing that you need to be focused on. So if you know this, right? If we know that the hair shaft you don't have you don't have a digestive system and things of that nature in the hair shaft. So you know, okay, my hair cannot become, immune to something in that way. So what else has changed? The first thing we need to do is really look at the science of everything and stop automatically going and trying to play the blame game. Because let's be honest, right? Let's be really, really honest. You never too late, baby. But let's be honest, in real life, right? How many times, how many times are you really, really in a place where you just are really being honest about everything that you've done with your hair and all of the things? Like most of the time, we're not. Most of the time, you kind of saw a video, their hair looked really good to you. You was like, oh, I want my hair to look just like that. I'm gonna try that, girl. Oh, and it's a good price. And then that's it. And nobody else goes further than that, right? Excuse me. It's just like the thing with Cardi B's hair products. And we're not going to go deep into that, but it's the same thing. Women just saw her hair and went, oh, her hair is so long. So I know her product's going to work. But nobody paid attention to the fact that she's been going to a great cosmetologist. The cosmetologist that she goes to is great. She's great. Like seriously. And she wear wigs and weaves all the time and her scalp stays clean. So this woman does the opposite of everything that the team natural community does. That's why her hair is long, because she's able to retain length, because her hair grows with no problem, because her scalp is clean, and her cosmetologist has her on a great regimen, because trust and believe she's not standing in the mirror doing her hair. But again, all somebody had to do was show you a result that you want, and everybody believed it. These are the things that I want you to be aware of. And when people bring things like this up, it's like, oh, you're being a hater. I'm not. There is absolutely nothing to hate on. I just want you to think. Somebody, please write the word think in the chat, please. So, what hair products actually do, because this is the thing we need to talk about seriously. Marketing often makes it sound like conditioners and masks repair damaged hair, and that's not true. In reality, cosmetic scientists describe their effects way differently. Hair conditioners work primarily by depositing ingredients onto the outside of the hair shaft, the outside of the hair shaft. Remember, when I told you what the word moisture means, the word moisture means to seal. So when I am shampooing your hair, I am cleansing and then moisturizing your hair. I'm cleansing your hair and then I'm sealing in the hydration that I just imparted into your hair whenever I put the conditioner on. This is why in most hair salons, they're going to rinse the conditioner out with cold water, because that closes the cuticle, aiding us in locking the moisture in. It's very simple. Okay. Again, hair conditioners work primarily by depositing ingredients onto the outside of the hair shaft. These ingredients include silicones such as dimethicone, and my tongue just wants to fall off whenever I try to combine this part, even though it's the same word. But so what? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Catatonic conditioning polymers, fatty alcohols, natural oils, synthetic emulsions, and filming forming conditioning agents. Each ingredient has a specific job. They smooth the cuticle, listen to the job, right? Listen to the job. None of these things have anything to do with hair growth, but they all have to do with retention because that is what conditioners are for. They smooth the cuticle, they reduce friction, they decrease static, it increases shine, it helps slide past itself instead of snagging. It reduces breakage while brushing and provides heat protection. It makes the hair feel softer, and these are not permanent repairs. This is while the hair is in the style that you put it in until the next time you shampoo. They're temporary cosmetic improvements created by an extremely thin protective coating on the surface of your hair shaft. And this is not a bad thing. This is what's supposed to happen. That's literally how conditioners are designed to work. But see, on YouTube, they've made you believe that the conditioner is made to detangle your hair. It is absolutely not meant to detangle your hair. A conditioner is meant to condition. If you look up the word condition, it is going to have a completely different definition than the way that most women have been using conditioner, right? So this is something that I really, really, really want us to talk about. So before we leave, really quick, right? You take a screenshot of this and then you guys can head over to all of the links in the description box below. But gurus, listen, if you signed up for the 7-day reset or the growth cycle blueprint, right, you should have gotten an email from me, right? And in that email, I let you guys know about the new, laws, the new HIPAA laws that protect everybody for the website and all of the things. And for that reason, we had to get rid of the groups, right, on the website. But in its place, Guru VIP has been rebirthed. So you all have the code to get free access to the group. You will not be charged every month because you have already paid for the 7-day challenge and the growth cycle blueprint, right? So you are good to go. You're in the group. And then if you are a person who maybe isn't ready to take the 7-day challenge or join the blueprint, and maybe you just want something a little more community based, or not community based because our other things are community based as well, but you just want to like jump in and just kind of ask me questions and get some spot coaching with me, then that is what Guru VIP is for. So make sure you join. Links in the description box below. I'll show you how to join at the end, but I just want to make sure you know about it because we have an in-depth lesson on the 17th and you cannot miss it. And you will see it nowhere on the internet except for on the apothecary, right? So the coding is the feature until it isn't, right? So imagine waxing your car. The first coat makes it look super shiny, right? But the second coat still looks great too, right? Right? Like the first and second coat is cool, but if you kept applying new layers without properly cleansing the old ones away, eventually you'll have an uneven buildup all over your car. Hair works in a surprisingly similar way. So every time you apply conditioner, serum, styling cream, or leave-in treatment, you're adding another microscopic layer to the hair shaft. So normally shampoo removes much of it, but not always all of it, especially if you're using co-washing conditioners, or especially if you're one of those people who use apple cider vinegar to wash your hair and all of the things. These are the things that you seriously have to think about because these are the things that are left behind, right? So again, every time you apply conditioners, serums, or styling creams or leave-ins, your hair is like adding another microscopic layer. So normally shampoo removes all of it, but not the way that you need it removed because you have buildup and your hair feels dry, and it's not for the reason that you think. That's why going and using oils, it doesn't matter. So This is something that you have to think about because over the weeks or months, those layers can slowly accumulate. This is especially common if you regularly use heavy conditioners, heavy hair masks. Like most people think they're supposed to use a deep conditioner every time they shampoo their hair, and you're not. And I know the term sounds like, oh, I'm going so deep in my hair shaft. Most deep conditioners, when they say deep conditioners, they just mean they putting a deep coating on your hair shaft. That's what it means. Some conditioners go into the cuticle and it'll say that. Certain conditioners like Olaplex or K18, like if it's a treatment base, the molecules will be smaller. But most conditioners are just sitting right on top of the hair. Hair mask. What does a mask do? Is a mask meant to seep within your skin, or is a mask meant to sit on your face? Okay. Silicone serums, curl creams, leave-in conditioners, heat protectants, dry shampoos, they all add hard water minerals into the mix. When you add hard water minerals into the mix, this is a serious buildup, a serious coating on the hair, and the buildup becomes even more noticeable, right? So that's why some of my clients, they would come and they would think that their hair was changing colors, and but in reality they just had so many layers of different products on the hair shaft. So when buildup changes everything, is something that we really need to pay attention to, because as these microscopic layers continue stacking, something interesting happens, right? The product hasn't changed in any way, shape, or form, but the surface that it's being applied to has. So instead of bonding directly to clean hair, today's conditioner is attaching itself to yesterday's conditioner, because most people don't wash out products. You'll rinse it out, and last week's, and then last month's. And eventually your hair begins to feel heavy, flat, greasy, waxy, dull, super stringy, dry, even though you're conditioning it regularly, and really difficult to style. And many people automatically assume that the companies instantly changed the formula. But another explanation is that your hair has accumulated months of conditioning ingredients, styling pomades, oils, and mineral deposits that are preventing the product from performing the way it originally did. So, did the product formulations really change, or have you just layered on products? So, the clarifying shampoo experiment. Think about how often this happens, right? Someone is disappointed with their hair, they switch products, nothing changes, and then they use a clarifying shampoo, right? And all of a sudden, their hair feels lighter, the curls bounce right back, and their conditioner feels absolutely amazing again. Their hair has way more value, and their products seem to work exactly like they used to. So, did the conditioner magically improve overnight? No. The surface of the hair has changed. So, clarifying shampoos really remove many of the accumulated layers that are behind it, like silicones, conditioning polymers, styling products, excess oils, hard water minerals, environmental residue. Like when you go outside, girl, especially if you put grease on your hair. People love telling you to grease your scalp. But I live in Nevada, right? It's the dust bucket. And if I put Vaseline all over my legs, and then I go outside, and make sure you watch the video that we did, because there's no difference between the grease that is in the containers and the Vaseline. Like it's all made from fossil fuel in the same machine. The girl, we anyway. So these are things that we really have to think about, because if you go outside and you have Vaseline all over your legs, it is windy outside in Nevada, there's going to be all types of dirt and pebbles on your legs. So what do you think happens to your scalp if you greasing your scalp on a regular basis, and then going outside? Everything that's outside in the air that's blowing around, everything microscopic is sticking right to your hair. You a little sticky pad, a little sticky note. You turn yourself, those little things that hang in the house that attach to the bugs. It's like a little bug catcher, and then it'd be a whole bunch of flies and shit stuck to it. That's what y'all are. Y'all fly catchers. When you grease your scalp, you a fly catcher, baby. Miss Sexy Fly Catcher. So once those layers are gone, conditioners can once again deposit evenly across the hair shaft. So many people describe this as their hair being reset. That's actually a pretty accurate way to think about it, really. And so whenever I tell you guys like, "Oh, I'm a scientist" and things of that nature, these are the things. What do you mean by what do you mean? Um, so when you think about it, and again, as a research scientist, I'm always asking the question why and how. So if I have a person whose hair is really, really dull and all of the things, the first thing I'm going to do, the first experiment, right? A clarifying shampoo. And then see what happens after you use a clarifying shampoo, because that's what they're made for. But see, when you are so used to being on YouTube, when you're so used to being on social media where everybody's every day like, "Hey, you know what you should do? You should mix your clarifying shampoo with a strawberry refresher from Starbucks. It'll moisturize it." If we stop doing that and everybody just pays attention to the label and use these products the way that they're supposed to be used, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But let's be fair. Brands do reformulate, and it's not always a bad thing. None of this means companies never change their formulas. They absolutely do. Sometimes ingredients become unavailable. Sometimes regulations prevent certain chemicals. Sometimes companies improve the formulas. And sometimes they replace ingredients to reduce manufacturing costs. Sometimes they simply change suppliers. Reformulation is a normal part of the cosmetic industry, guys. The problem is assuming every product that feels different has been reformulated. Sometimes you could be the problem. So without ingredient comparisons, manufacturing information, or official confirmation, it's impossible to know whether or not the product was changed, or if whether or not it was your hair that changed or hasn't changed because it's dirty. So the thing is, whenever I say things like, "Oh, make sure you shampoo your hair," or, "Oh, don't use co-washing conditioners," I'm not telling you what to do just because I want to tell you what to do. I already have two kids, baby. My daughter gonna be 15 this year, baby. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And my son gonna be 14. I already got two people I'm telling what to do all day. I don't need to tell y'all what to do. The things that I say are for a reason, and they're easy fixes. But if you're constantly running to YouTube to people who don't know what they're talking about, you're constantly going to be in the same cycle over and over and over again. Over and over again. I agree 100%. 100%. Girl, they using Don. And it's crazy. Because the thing is, okay, people are using Dawn soap to clarify. Okay, it'll get your hair clarified, but if you go look at the back of any if you go, and this is one reason that I love ChatGPT, right? Or just AI in general. If you wanted to, you could just go, you could do it one or two ways. You could just copy and paste all of the ingredients into ChatGPT and ask them to break down to you what each ingredient is, what it means, and what it does to the hair. Or you can just Google each ingredient itself and then write it down one by one. It just depends on what you want to do, right? But when you do this, you're able to see exactly what the ingredients are and what they do. So when I'm clarifying your hair, anything that I remove, I have to put something back in its place, or something else will involuntarily go within its place. Amen. So these are the things that I really need you to think about, because hair care is made so difficult for absolutely no reason. Your hair is constantly changing too. So even if a formula never changes, your hair certainly does. Its condition today may be very different six from 6 months ago, right? And it'll be different 6 months from now, depending on the things that you do. Things that change how products perform include bleaching, coloring, hairstyling, UV exposure, seasonal humidity, hard water, hormonal changes, aging, medications, protein loss, and changes in porosity. A conditioner that was perfect for your hair in January may not be ideal by July. Not because the bottle changed, but because your hair did, right? So, what I really want you guys to do, if you want to jump more deeper, if you want to go deeper into the difference between petroleum jelly and the grease that you put in your head, then I really need you to click on this photo. And when you click on this photo, it'll take you to the last live broadcast. And then this is the blog post that will go with it. So I really encourage you guys to go watch this when we finish here, but I'll remind you in a minute. Okay. What cosmetic science actually says? Decades of cosmetic research consistently shows that conditioners improve the appearance and the manageability of the hair by depositing conditioning agents that form a protective film over the cuticle. Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy. Listen. So, again, I'm about to read that again. But when I tell you that conditioners, and I just said that, when I tell you conditioners are not meant to just, oh, my hair is damaged, so this conditioner go on there and it's gonna reformat. No, baby. No, it doesn't work like that. The conditioner is the sealant. It's the sealant, baby. That's all it's doing. It's the sealant. Most of the hard work is done with the shampoo. There's a shampoo for seborrheic dermatitis, right? It's a shampoo and a conditioner, but even on the bottle of the shampoo and conditioner, it tells you that the agent that works against seborrheic dermatitis is in the shampoo, not the conditioner. Not the conditioner, it's in the shampoo. The shampoo is the carrier, just like my root remedy shampoo. Shameless plug, link in the description. But same thing. The shampoo is the carrier of whatever you're putting on the scalp to cure it. These are the things that I need you to think about, right? So I'm gonna read this again because I need you to understand what is happening when you're using a conditioner. Hey, Bill, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mm. So I really need you to think about that because most of the time, and I did it too. Listen, I'm not pointing fingers at you. When I was standing behind the chair, this after I had my cosmetology license, I was like, oh my God, conditioners, reformat from the inside out. No, that's not what they're for. And I think one thing that irritates me sometimes is cosmetologists, and I'm a cosmetologist, but cosmetologists don't stay in a lane. A cosmetologist would be like, oh no, the formulation is like, we do not learn how to formulate products in cosmetology school. We don't. We are not licensed to treat or diagnose anybody of any type of scalp or follicle infection, nor are we licensed to treat it. And if State Board finds out that a cosmetologist is diagnosing people with follicle infections, they're going to either get a big fine or lose their license. Because legally, a cosmetologist does not have the proper training to diagnose what anybody has going on with the scalp. We can make recommendations to a professional trichologist or a dermatologist. Hello. And it's not because a trichologist knows or is just so much more well equipped, because a trichologist can't color or cut your hair. But a trichologist is trained on scalp and follicle and hair shaft infections, and a cosmetologist is not. Regardless of how many oils or creams or butters they are selling, there is nothing in the cosmetology training that teaches scalp, follicle, and hair shaft infections at the level needed to diagnose an infection. No, that's a trichologist or a dermatologist, baby girl, baby boy, and that's a fact. And that's just that on that. So I'm gonna read it one more time. Decades of cosmetic research consistently shows that conditioners improve the appearance and manageability of hair by depositing conditioning agents that form a protective film over the cuticle. These films reduce friction, increase shine, improve compatibility, decrease static, electricity, and help reduce mechanical damage during brushing and styling. Baby girl, that's why we do it in that order, baby girl. Everything in the hair salon, if you doing it right, is done for a reason. Researchers have also shown that repeated application of certain conditioning ingredients, particularly some silicones and film forming polymers, can accumulate on the hair shaft over time. While these ingredients provide significant cosmetic benefits, right? Periodic removal of accumulated residue through clarifying can restore the hair's surface and improve the performance of the conditioning product. In other words, the very ingredients that make your hair feel so amazing can over time contribute to that feeling that the products aren't working well. And apparently the dog agrees. It's a paradox built into how conditioning technology works. So I want you to think about, right, all of the different people, right? I want you to think about all of the different people that are constantly like, oh, conditioning this, conditioning that. It's like the same people that use half of the bottle of conditioner also use a half a bottle of oil because their hair feel dry. It's not that your hair is dry, it's that your hair has layers upon layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of polymers on top of it. Most people sleep in their conditioner and don't even rinse it out. Most people got puddles of conditioner in their hair, and you're not supposed to do that. If you are OG to my channel, you know what I'm about to say. The number's 36. Because the human hair shaft can only absorb 36% of whatever you put on it. So everything else is just sitting on top. These are the things that I want you to talk about. You would not be bald headed. You will be fine. You got it. You a Cosmo, you know. It would have right whenever it started to thin out, you would have been like, oh shit. You would have pulled it back. You would have pulled it back. So what's the takeaway? This what is the what are we supposed to be taking from this? Right. The next time someone says they changed the formula, they're not necessarily wrong, but they may not be right either. The product may have changed, or months of accumulated conditioning agents, styling products, silicones, oils, and minerals may have gradually altered the surface of the hair. Because hair doesn't just randomly become resistant to products. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't develop immunity. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't just stop responding because it's used to something. No, instead, the surface of the hair is consistently changing through damage, through environment exposure, through buildup, and through the very products that we rely on to keep it healthy. Sometimes the best solution isn't changing into the next viral product. Sometimes the best solution is simply giving your hair a clean slate so that your favorite product can perform the way that it was designed to and the way that it used to before you start layering a whole bunch of it on your hair. Like, because oh my God, sometimes, yes, the products suck ass for sure. But a lot of times it was you, right? A lot of times it was you. And I want you to stop it. Okay. I want you to use the products as directed and stop following these girls because some of them had a whole bunch of hair a couple of years ago and they were talking shit to me. And now they're bald headed. And it's not by choice like me. Okay. They're like bald headed right now. And it didn't have to be that way. It really didn't. So if you don't want to be like them, you better stop it right now. So before blaming the bottle, take a closer look in the book and look at what's sitting on the hair. That answer may not be a reformulated product, and it may be layers of yesterday's products still doing exactly what it was designed to do. Just sit there and create a layer and create a barrier. You did this. You did this. Okay? So now that we've talked about this, right? Why your favorite products have stopped working, I want you to click the link in the description box below, only if you're interested, right? Mainly this part is for my guru members because again, we went ahead and deleted the groups. We ended up changing the groups. I'm sorry, deleting the groups because of HIPAA laws and stuff, and just with different people on the internet and stuff. I just didn't want to chance anybody's personal information or anything like that. So I love y'all so much. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all so much. So now we have things set up a little differently, right? So we are going to go as if we are just coming to my website for the first time, for the very first time. There's some bald headed skittle diddles hanging no hair in the middle. Bald headed Humpty Dumpty, something no hair in the front. Okay. So for the guru members, and this is anybody who has signed up for the 7 day challenge or the Growth Cycle Blueprint, um, instead of it normally it would say groups here, but it doesn't anymore. So where it says blog, you're going to click on that. Yes, yes, yes. And then it says more, right? It's all of these different categories that I have some of my blog posts and my articles and things like that broken down into. But when you click on more, you can see where it says Guru VIP, right? And all my medical journals and stuff are right here. The official Verdant Code papers. I'm such a nerd. If you want to come into nerd land, that's where you go. But Guru VIP, you will be here. And we have a lot of things in here, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't show. I can't show the people. So these are the things that are available over on my website, and I am going to. I'm leaving things open if you wanted to ask any questions or anything like that. I think I put. Hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the chat real quick, just in case. Just in case somebody got a question. Now, if you asking questions, don't ask questions. Well, not ask a question about what I just read. I love y'all so much, but I'm not giving free consultations to run the YouTube. But if you want to like talk about something, or if you have a question about what we just talked about or anything like that, then shaka the boom, shaka the bam. Right there, go the link. Okay, okay, okay. Um. Yeah, so give me a 3 in the chat if this was easy for everybody to understand. I just wanted to come in here and give this to y'all like this. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this video up publicly, but I may. I don't know. You know, you wouldn't be bald head. Oh, I saw that already. If you're like pina coladas, that's what I think about every time I think about coconut oil. And I love coconut oil. This makes a lot of sense. Good. I'm so glad it makes sense. I'm trying to, and like whenever I was doing it, I was trying to like, oh my God, don't be a nerd. Don't talk so nerdy. Don't be, and I'm not saying like don't use big words like y'all won't know, but I just, I'm sorry. It took me a minute to get everything concise together. It was black castor oil. Listen, we live and we learn. Players mess up. Things happen. It is what it is. I'm just glad everybody is at a place where they can be honest with themselves. I'm glad that everybody is at a place where they're able to be accountable, because at the end of the day, that's the only way that anybody is going to get anywhere, because it's literally not that serious. It's seriously not that serious. When we really sit down and think about the science of hair, it's so easy. And I want everybody to get in the habit of, I don't care how intellectually sound they sound or how power to the people, black power they sound. I don't care. I don't care. Google is free. We got robots now. You can chin check everybody, including me. I literally do. I literally chin check people for a living. That's what I do. That's what I get paid for. I don't get paid to chin check people on YouTube. People be mad at me on YouTube. But I started chin checking people on YouTube so much, people pay me a lot of money to chin check them now today. I'm grateful. I am. So when you come across a video online and they say, hey, you put this in my hair, all y'all look at is the cons, but none of y'all look at the holistic practice. Nobody, if somebody says, hey, put flax seeds on your hair. It has this vitamin, this vitamin, this vitamin, vitamin C, D, W, G, X, Y, Z, W, X, Y, P, T, A, E side. And then everybody goes and puts it in their hair. But did anybody stop to think, how is my hair going to break down the flax seeds to get all of the vitamins and nutrients that are in it? Because my scalp or my hair shaft doesn't have enzymes like my stomach does. Nobody thinks about that. Everybody just goes and follows up behind the person. Everybody just goes and does whatever the person told them to do, but nobody thinks of the nuance of it. The next time somebody says, oh, you can use grease because this is in it. You can use grease because grease and petroleum are not the same thing. All you have to do is look it up. A quick Google search is petroleum jelly and fossil fuel and the grease that I'm putting on my scalp, is it the same thing? It's going to tell you yes, and it'll explain it to you. You don't have to take anybody's word for anything. Think first. You can't say that somebody is taking advantage of you. You can't say that somebody's doing something that they're not supposed to do when you're not taking advantage and thinking. You got to think. Because this is the thing. I expect people to come against the things that I say. I'm expecting that. It's not a problem. But what I'm not expecting are grown women not to have the mental capacity to be like, okay, let me just go do the process of elimination for myself. Let me just do that for myself real quick. Because I remember a video where you brought up where you were like, well, not a video, but I was in your live one day and then we were talking about it when you were like, you heard somebody say something about me and you were like, okay, wait a minute. Well, let me hear what she's saying. And then you were able to use critical thinking and then make the choice on your own because you didn't line up with, oh, she's just all hell send out. It's like, no, you like, oh shit. When I do the research, it lines up. That's it. That's all. I don't want to create a bunch of followers. I need a group of people who know how to think for themselves. That's what I need. That's what makes my job easy. That's what makes my job easier. It makes my job more difficult when we're explaining and going over the basics, when the basics are so simplistic. Are so simplistic. And I'm a whole cosmetologist, renew my license every year in September, and still did not know all of this information that's being taught. And I just love it when other cosmetologists say that and are honest because I just feel like first of all, anytime I say something about a hairstylist or something, people automatically go, oh, she's on the side of the hairstylist. Absolutely not. I think hairstylists are some of the dustiest bras that's out. I do. That's why I never worked in regular hair salons. I was always in like studio salons in my own space because women are dusty as hell. They really are. I prefer my own space. But when you are a person who is not saying the same thing that everybody else is saying, then everybody's like looking at you like you're crazy because because you are an independent contractor as a cosmetologist, I feel like you automatically have this arrogance, like you have to. That's how you able to make it through and still go to work when your booth rent is $260 a week, but all of your clients then cancel, or some of your clients coming and giving you a check and saying, "Hey, don't cash that into Wednesday," but it's goddamn it, it's Friday and my booth rent due on Saturday. So sometimes you can have a stank attitude because you've been going through a lot. Shit. Okay, the video that I just made, when the video where it was all of the women saying they doing the no wash challenge and they don't wash their ass. Everybody was clenching their pearls. Women don't wash their ass. What? I've been y'all know women don't wash their ass. I just did a video. Y'all doing the 6 months no wash challenge. Y'all don't be washing. Y'all know how many people came to my shop without washing their hair? I would be the first person to wash their hair in 7 months. And it was some woman arguing with me. She was a cosmetologist. That's what I mean. Some cosmetologists are dusty as hell. Talking about, especially the older ones. And yes, I said it. I don't care. Hmm? She talking about, I've been doing hair for 20 years. And shampooing your scalp is not the same thing as shampooing your body. My nigga, is your scalp a part of your body? How are we, just because you want your hair to last, does it mean that you can automatically change biology? Your scalp is definitely a part of your body. And there's no distance between if somebody look in the mirror, or don't even look in the mirror, take your finger and put it on your hairline and then go down to your forehead. And you tell me, where's the divider between your forehead and your scalp? You tell me. I'm not going to tell you if there is one or if there's not. I need at least one person to tell me yes or no. Is there a divider between your scalp and your forehead? Your hairline and your forehead. Is there a divider? The answer is no. So my question to you is, do you think that the microscopic parasites and the microfloral and the Demodex mites, do you think that when you laying down on your pillow that they're going to be crawling around your scalp and they get to the hairline and be like, "Oh shit, I can't go down there." Ooh, like they all just peeking over the hairline. I can't go on the face. I'm for the scalp. I can't go on the face. It's some stupid shit. I love y'all so much. But these are the things that I really want us to think about. No, when a hairstylist or a cosmetologist say you can come get your hair, you can get your hair shampoo, do it every 2 weeks, it's because we know that you want your style to last because you just paid for it. So we like, okay, 2 weeks tops. That has nothing to do with how often dirt and debris and parasites and yeast and bacteria need to be removed from your scalp. So my question to you is, if you understand that the crack of your ass needs to be washed on a regular basis, why is your scalp any different when some of the same urine that comes out of your cootie pot or your pee pee hole comes out of your scalp? It's a fact. Just look it up. You don't gotta trust me, baby. Mm-mm. As a research scientist, I test theories for a living. You can test my theory, I don't mind. Why would I care? I get paid to test people's theories and give them new ones. I prove people wrong for a living. That's what I do. So try to prove me wrong. I would love to see it. It hasn't happened yet, but I would love to see somebody try. Oh my God, it would be so interesting because it hasn't happened yet. And when new things happen, I make adjustments. It's how I like level up. It's like supercharge, finisher. After I'm proven wrong, it just hasn't happened yet. Supercharge me, baby. Licensed since 2011 and had had the nerve to be doing the dusty ball head. Hey, shit happens. Listen, I looked like Carrot Top one time. I bleached my hair right out of school, lightened my hair right out of school. No, I'm lying. I was in school and it was orange. I was looking just like Carrot Top. Girls are crazy as hell. Scalp and skin. People really say anything and have no supportive knowledge to argue. It's crazy. Once I learned the science, it didn't take me no time to connect the dots. It just makes sense. And that's the thing. when I'm having these conversations, like if I was to talk about something else, right, more dramatic drama, it'll be 100 some people in here. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for. I want y'all to think, because when you actually think, it's so easy. Things are so simplistic. Things work out so easily when you just think. But nobody's doing that. Everybody just takes everybody's word for it, but it's so simplistic. And the thing is, it's okay. The problem is not that you don't know. That's not the problem. The problem is that you know that you don't know. You know that you've spent no time really doing the research. You know that you haven't really done the work yet. You're so offended when somebody says something different than what you said. I learned from dermatologists, they definitely know more than me. They've been to medical school. They can cut your scalp open. They know more than me. So there are times where I say things where I think I know something and they're like, no, that's not it. And I'm like, oh, if you are a person who's arrogant, if you are somebody who's not open to learn, if you think you know everything, yes, you're going to be offended. You're going to be offended. But my question to you is, you know that me and you don't have the same level of education. So why would you be offended by anything that I say? If I'm saying something different than what you used to hear, and then just get some pencil and paper, and then when I get done talking shit, go look it up for yourself. And then you're gonna be like, damn, she talk a lot of shit, but she know what she's talking about. And then that's just gonna be that on that. But the back and forth, the negativity, all of that, it gets people nowhere because y'all been doing this shit for a while. For a while, y'all been sitting listening to somebody talk for 3, 4, 5 hours about this person and that person and how this person ain't doing this right and all of the things. Where has it gotten everybody? Where is everybody at? These are the things that I want you to think about, because it's not that deep. It's really not. Black women make hair care so hard. It's really not that deep. I'm gonna open it up for questions. I will, because I know it's a little kickback time, so I'm gonna give like 3 minutes for people to ask questions, and then after that, we are going to head out, baby. Gurus, again, make sure you all check your emails, because I sent emails to everybody, and all Guru members, you all have the code. Oh, girl, I almost said the code out loud. You all have the code to get in, and you have the membership on repeat. You don't have to pay for it. Excuse me. Everybody else, yes, you do. Excuse me. Hmm. So should I use regular conditioner and do deep conditioner on skin cell turnover week? If you're a guru, I'm not answering that question here, because the way that you're asking that question, I think you are a guru. And so if you are, goddamn it, you go over, you go over to the group and you ask that. I mean, not the group. Lord, I'm gonna have to get used to doing that. Go over to the website and the way that I just showed you, and get in there and ask the question in one of our blog posts. Not yet. Yeah, love you so much. Can't answer that question. Guru's gonna be like, what the hell? Because I teach a certain pattern and a routine. Like there's a certain tactic, a certain way that I teach people to do it. And so if I tell you here, they're gonna be like, what the hell, Sin? So sorry, you can answer that. Yeah. But yeah, y'all. Links are in the description box below. Don't see any more questions. Thank you so much, and thank you, Danica. I'm actually gonna either, what do I gotta do? Email you, DM you, you on Instagram. I'm gonna try to find you on Instagram, DM you something, because I got a little collab idea. Just a little idea. You know what I'm saying? If you're still in here, if you're not, I'll slide into your DM. But I love y'all so much. I really, really hope that this made sense. And okay, perfect, perfect. Um, I really, really hope that this made sense to everybody. Because I don't see any more questions. And oh yes. Or yeah, I'm gonna send you my Write me on Instagram, send me a DM, and send me your number, and then I'll send you mine. And then, I've been meaning to. I need to drink something. I've been meaning to hit you up too, but it's just been things have just been thinking in a good way. And the days are just escaping me. But now that you're here, I'm like, let me remember, right? My Instagram is I am Sendal. So it's underscore I am Sendal underscore. Everybody follow me on Instagram, baby. Baby, why you bullshitting, baby? I need to do better. I am gonna get better, guys. I'm gonna get back on my thugs. I'm gonna start posting on a regular basis. But I'll get ready to be like, okay, I'm gonna post once a day or once every 2 days, and then before you know it, I look up and it's been 4 days. So, I love y'all so much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, gurus, make sure that you are checking your emails. I beg of you, please. Hurry, please. Okay? Check your emails right now. Right